There are critical moments in our life that define us. We are studying from the life of Rahab, how this prostitute, this pagan idol worshipping prostitute, can change the trajectory of her life completely and come into not only the lineage of Jesus Christ himself, but also be mentioned in the hall of faith in Hebrews chapter 11. It was this critical moment of decision where she's able to take that decision to shift from the norm, to shift from what she's supposed to decide, what the culture decides, what the culture dictates, what the tradition dictates, what the normalcy dictates, what she should have done, to do something which is completely out of the box, to do something which you completely did not expect. And we take this moment of her decision too lightly because we know the story too much and we are familiar with the story of Rahab, that she did this, but we do not understand the enormity of that moment when she takes that critical decision, because this was not an easy decision to take by any means. We too in our life as well take the decisions that we have to make, the critical decisions that we have to make at the defining moments of our lives, and we make weak decisions. Thus we have a weak life and we are living a mundane ordinary life, not the extraordinary life that the Lord has called us to live, because we are not able to make critical and difficult decisions at the defining moment of our lives. And this woman, this prostitute, this pagan idol worshipping prostitute is able to make a godly decision, defying her own nation, her own people, her own king, in the favor of a foreign nation, in the favor of a foreign people, in the favor of a foreign god. Why and how is she able to make that decision? And we want to see that in this video. But before we can go ahead, I would just like to ask you to please subscribe to our channel and to like this video, so that together we can take the gospel to the utmost parts of the world. Now, let's see the scenario. We are in Joshua chapter 2, and we are going to be reading from verse 2 to verse 6. And let's see what it says. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, men have come here tonight from the children of Israel to search out the country. So the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, saying, Bring out the men who have come to you, who have entered your house, for they have come to search out all the country. Then the woman took the two men and hid them. So she said, Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they are from. And it happened as the gate was being shut, when it was dark, that the men went out. Where the men went, I do not know. Pursue them quickly, for you may overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof and hidden them with the stalk of flax, which she had laid in order on the roof. Brothers and sisters, as I said, this is a very critical moment of decision in our life. Think of that moment. She does not anticipate, she does not know that the soldiers or the king's men or the soldiers are going to come and knock at the door. And there is a knock at the door and there is a demand. These people are not no ordinary people. And when they demand something and when they are asking something, it is a critical moment. It's a moment of decisions, because at that moment, if whatever, if they have a doubt and if they don't believe her and they find out that the men are in the house, she is risking her own life. She is risking herself. Her death death is imminent if they find out. Yet in the face of difficulty, in the face of danger, in the face of even risking her own life, she decides to hide the people, and she only has a few split seconds to reply. The knock is on the door. They are saying, Bring out the two men. And she has a split second to quickly take them to the roof, hide them, come back, open the door. And the delay is going to be making them more skeptical. Yet when she comes down, she has to change her demeanor. She has to change the way she talks. She has to calm herself down. And there is the heart is palpitating, and heartbeat is up, and she has just hidden them. And she has now to lie to them, and she has to trick them, and she has to do it in a way that is going to be convincing. And this is not an easy moment at all. And I am not going to say that the Bible is defending lying and the Bible is saying it's okay to cheat and lie. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that, she is able to make a decision that is going to define her life. And we are seeing that the result of that is that later on she marries a godly person and she changes her family, and now she becomes a family woman. And so much so that the Lord said, that this woman is such a family woman that I want her in my own family. So what was that critical moment? How is she able to make that decision? And brothers and sisters, the proof is in the pudding. We are going to see now how she makes that decision, why she makes that decision, and we have to learn from that, because we also come many a times to that point, and yet we fall short. And let's see what helps her to make that decision. We are going to be now again in Joshua chapter 2, but now I'm going to read from verse 9 and 10. And it says, she said to the man, after she sent the man away, she said to the man, I know the Lord has given you the land. So now this woman, she knows the Lord. When it says, I know the Lord, Lord, this is a capital Lord, Yahweh. She is a pagan, idol worshipping prostitute who knows about Yahweh. She says that the terror of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land are faint-hearted because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, when you did what you did to the two kings of the Amorites who were on the other side of Jordan, whom you utterly destroyed. So, brothers and sisters, now she is familiar with the Lord of Israel. And how is she familiar? Because her profession is that many people come around and come and go, and travelers come, and she has heard of the Lord, and that's why we also have to be updated what's going around in the world. And she has seen the signs. And she has switched sides, and she has seen the miracles and the testimony in the lives of other people. Not even in her own life, she has seen the miracles that the Lord is doing in the nation of Israel, with the children of Israel, and she believed that. And brothers and sisters, where you and me lack is that we have experienced many miracles in our life, and yet we do not believe. The children of Israel, they themselves experienced the great miracles of the Lord, the 10 plagues in Egypt, the parting of the Red Sea, the manna, the providing in the wilderness, the cloud of the cloud of fire, and the cloud by night, and so forth and so on, the pillar of fire, sorry. So all these things they have experienced, and yet they did not believe. Then they came to the precipice of entering the promised land, and they believed the report of the 10 people, the 10 spies who brought back the bad report, and they were not able to enter the promised land. And yet this woman, who has not even seen the miracles by her own eyes, she has just heard. And you know what the Lord said to Thomas? It's good that you have believed. You have seen and you believe, but blessed are those who did not see and yet will believe. So brothers and sisters, it is her faith that has helped her to make the right decision. And I believe we are not able to make good decisions in our life because we lack faith, we lack belief, we lack trust on the Lord. She's risking her own life because now she has come to trust Yahweh, a God that she is not familiar with, that a God that she does not know. She trusts that God so much so that she's able to risk her own life for God's people. And that changes her life completely. Brothers and sisters, you and me, we are not able to make good decisions like this because we do not trust the Lord. We do not have faith in the Lord, that what He has promised in our life shall come to pass. What I am learning from this pagan, idol worshipping, prostitute, great woman of faith in the Bible is that decision making comes down to faith. the stronger my faith in the Lord, the better my belief in the Lord, the better I study the word of God and see the miracles that he has done in the lives of many people, and the miracles that he has done on my life. And I trust the Lord. When I can trust the Lord completely, I will be able to make better and hard decisions at the critical moments of my life. The decision that she made in the critical moment of her life came from the past experiences that he had heard of, not even seen, heard of. And brothers and sisters, we have to make those decisions based on our faith, what we have seen God do in our lives. And sometimes we don't make any decisions, and a bad decision is much better than no decision at all. When we keep making decisions, the Lord is going to help us to make better and better and better decisions. And then when we come to that critical moment, we will not be frozen, we will not be stuck, but we will make good decisions, and those good decisions will define your and my life. Brothers and sisters, let's learn from this prostitute, which changed her life completely, how to make better decisions. And the better decisions we make are going to define us. I hope this thought brings a blessing in your life. And if it does, do bless me as well by simply liking this video, subscribing to our channel, so that together we can take the gospel to the utmost parts of the world. And we will continue in our next video to learn from this great woman of faith. God bless you. I will see you there.